Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's seminar, Unlocking Home Ownership in the Greater Daytona Beach area. This is a first-time homebuyers workshop. All right, let's go ahead and get started. My name is James Jestes. I'm a broker associate with eXp Realty. I'm also a mentor coach with real estate agents, and I am your Daytona Beach area real estate consultant. I'm a U.S. Army and Marine Corps veteran. I've spent over 20 years buying and selling homes myself and helping families and individuals achieve their dreams of home ownership right here in beautiful Daytona Beach and the surrounding areas. I've created this workshop because I've been in your shoes. I know the excitement of buying your first home and the fears of making mistakes. Today, I'll give you a clear roadmap so you can navigate the process confidently and avoid costly pitfalls and actually enjoy the journey. Let's start by understanding the local market because knowledge is power. As of June 25th, the median single-family house price in Daytona Beach is around $375,000. Condos typically range lower, and short-term rental-friendly buildings can fetch a premium. We've seen inventory tick up quite a bit recently in the last few months, but it's still tight. This can mean less competition than the peak frenzy of 21 and 22, but desirable properties still do move pretty fast. Properties in good condition and priced well average about 121 days, but homes needing updates can sit longer, presenting opportunities for buyers willing to do some work. Rates for 30-year fixed loans are currently hovering around 6.75%, which has cooled some buyers' enthusiasm, but I've found this creates room for serious buyers to negotiate better deals. Daytona Beach continues to attract out-of-state buyers, especially from New York, California, Washington State. People are moving here for the beaches, better cost of living, and no state income tax. This local knowledge is going to give you an edge because timing, price, and strategy vary street by street. Buying a home has many moving parts, but let's break it down clearly. First, you want to get pre-approved. Before you look at homes, talk to a lender and get pre-approved. This will help you know exactly what you can afford. It'll show sellers that you're serious, and it will avoid falling in love with a home that's just outside your budget. For example, I worked with a buyer who skipped the pre-approval, lost their dream home to another buyer who already had theirs. So don't let this be you. Let's go ahead and set criteria and priorities. We'll discuss your must-haves versus nice-to-have, bedrooms, locations, school zones, commute times, proximity to the beach, and whatever else matters to you most. Then we'll start the search. You can use my IDX websites, I have 2 of them, and MLS tools. I'll send you listings that match your criteria. I'll recommend client drive-bys in neighborhoods first. Seeing an area at different times of the day can reveal things photos will never show. I like to tell my clients to check it out in the mornings, check it out in the evenings, and make sure you stop by on Saturday or Sunday and see what the area looks like then as well. Home tours. We'll schedule private home tours or virtual showings if you're out of state. I'll point out both highlights and potential concerns, share insights I've learned from my own buying and selling experience. Then we'll make an offer. When you find the one, I'll help you write that offer that stands out while protecting your interests. We'll discuss contingencies like inspections, financing, or appraisal. Then we get into negotiation, and this is where having someone who bought and sold personally and negotiated dozens of deals really pays off. I'll fight to get you the best price and the best terms. Once we're under contract and inspection, we'll arrange inspections to check out the issues of the roof, the electrical, plumbing, HVAC. We'll do a pest control or a pest inspection as well, and a lot more. I'll explain reports in plain English and help you request repairs and credits if needed. Appraisals and loan finalization. Your lender is going to order an appraisal to confirm the home's value. We'll handle any surprises like low appraisals and keep things on track with your loan officer. And closing. The finish line. You'll sign the document, wire your down payment and closing funds, and get your keys. We'll celebrate with you. Many first-time buyers think they need 20% down, and that is a big myth. Here are some real options. FHA loans require as little as 3.5% down. They're flexible on credit scores down to about a 580. VA loans, if you're a veteran or an active military, you may qualify for 0 down and no PMI. That's going to save you several $100s a month. I've used VA loans myself, and I can help you navigate them. USDA loans, if you're buying in certain rural areas around Volusia and Flagler County, you could qualify for 0% down with low interest rates. Florida Hometown Heroes program. This provides up to $35,000 in down payment and closing cost assistance for eligible buyers, teachers, nurses, first responders, veterans, and more. I think the minimum you can get is $10,000. This is a second mortgage that is silent. You do not have to pay this back unless you sell the home. Down payment assistance grants. These vary by county, lender, and program. Some offer matching funds, deferred loans, and outright grants. There are some grants as well, like in downtown Daytona Beach, right in the historic district. There are grants to update historic homes, so you'll probably find some of that as well. Seller and builder credits. On top of assistance programs, we can negotiate with sellers or new construction builders to cover part of your closing costs. A lot of new construction will discount your interest rate on your mortgage as well with the deals they have with their preferred lenders. And remember, combining multiple programs can dramatically reduce what you need to bring to closing. Sometimes just a few extra $1,000. Rates are higher than they were during the pandemic, but there are smart ways to minimize their impact. Temporary buy-downs, pay upfront points to reduce your interest rate for the first 1 to 3 years. For example, a 2-1 buy-down drops your rate by 2% for the first year and 1% the second year, and then full rate in year 3. Perfect if you plan to refinance later. Permanent buy-downs, buy the points to reduce your rate for life of the loan. Every 1% of a loan amount spent on points usually lowers your rate by 0.25. Builder incentives. Local builders like ICI Homes often cover thousands in rate buy-downs for closing costs. Adjustable rate mortgages, ARMs, these offer lower initial rates for 5, 7, or 10 years. Ideal if you plan to move or refinance before the adjustment rate. Strategic timing. I monitor the market's trends closely. Small dips in the rates can translate to big savings. I'll alert you that you can act quickly. I talk to my lenders regularly, and they always give me updates on what's going on. And refinancing later. You're not stuck with today's rates forever. Many buyers finance once the rates drop, and you can start building equity now rather than waiting. I tell everybody, marry the home that you're in love with and just date the interest rate. So right now, with interest rates a little higher, prices are down. So if you go ahead and purchase now and then go ahead and refinance once the interest lowers, that will give you a great double whammy. You'll be able to pick up a lot of extra equity that way. I want to share a quick success story with you about John and Maria. They thought buying a home was impossible with prices the way they are now, but I showed them the program they didn't know existed. We used an FHA loan with just 3.5% down, got 5% seller's credit, which you can actually get up to 6%, to cover most of their closing costs. And since Maria was a school teacher, they secured $10,000 silent mortgage through the Hometown Heroes program. Because of that, they were able to buy their first home, and they told me, "We never thought we could afford a home in this market. but James showed us the programs we didn't know existed. This just goes to show, with the right plan, owning a home can still be within reach. I'd love to answer your questions. Feel free to unmute or drop them in the chat. And to kick things off, here are some common questions I hear from buyers. What credit score do you need to buy a home? Well, most programs require at least 580 to 620. The higher your score, the better rate you're going to get. Another question, how much are closing costs? Typically, they're 2 to 5% of the purchase price, but many buyers offset this with seller credits or assistance programs like we discussed. How long does it take to buy a home? The hunt is the long part, and then once you're under contract, the average closing takes 30 to 45 days. The entire process from pre-approval to closing can be as quick as 60 days if you're motivated. Another question, can I buy it if I'm self-employed or have student loans? The answer is yes. You'll need to show consistent income, usually 2 years worth of tax returns if you're self-employed, and lenders know how to work around the student loans. What's the difference between pre-qualification and pre-approval? Pre-qualification is an estimate. Pre-approval means the lender has reviewed your income, credit, and assets. It's a much stronger when you make the offers. Thank you so much for joining me today. Here's what you can do right now to move forward. Schedule a one-on-one session with me. We'll review your goals, credit, budget, and I'll map out a customized plan for you. I'll share insights from my own buying and selling experience so you can avoid common mistakes. Download my free first-time homebuyers guide. It includes checklists, loan program details, and tips specifically for the Daytona Beach market. Join my mailing list. Stay informed on the new listings, market updates, and exclusive deals, many of which will never hit Zillow or Realtor.com. And you'll find links to schedule, download, or join my email you'll receive after this workshop, or you can reach out to me at james@jamesjestes.com. And if you're watching this after it's been recorded, go ahead and just check in the description and comments, and I will give you a link so that you can reach out to me and get all of these details, my home buyer's guide, or get on the email list and schedule a strategy with me. You can give me a call, 386-315-4744, and I will get everything taken care of for you right away. I look forward to working with you, and let's get out there and find your new home.